Okay, I am so excited. Power going into my switch the way I've diagrammed it. Don't worry about the red and green, they're not exactly correct. My red is hot and my yellow is from the transformer. I can switch those, it doesn't matter. I haven't wired anything yet. The trick is green button is green, okay? And they go to the power grid up here, and I have moved the wires around the way I think I need to. I've cut these wires. I came up with my fix over here, so I needed to cut this wire and bring it up to green, and then I needed to give and that was basically all I did. And then I've got magnet on green. I don't have magnet on red. I got to figure that out, make sure I don't screw something up. But in any case, the main event was the motor and the limit switches and the diodes. Okay, so at this angle here, I'll get a pointer. You can see this is one of the upper limit switches. Down here, where am I in the camera? Shit. Okay, there you go. That's the lower limit switch. Okay, and there's an arm. It's hard to see, but you will in a minute. There's an arm that sweeps like this underneath this gearbox. There's the motor that was glued to all the gears. That's now, oh, magnet. That's all now figured out. This is the wire that was error. I cut that wire and I had to run another wire through to one of the power strips and jumper that in. So I had to make one cut and one jump so far. Now, I'm going to push a button. I'm going to push the green button. I get nothing. I'm going to push the red button. It stopped. I'll push the green button again. And it stopped. Now I'm going to go in the middle. And stop. Look at that. Now, I want to go back. 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 And I'm doing that with the buttons. The logic that was missing is the human. I'm so dumb. Okay, so we got to figure out where green and red really turn out to be. So I'm guessing red means you're going to pick up a load and green means you're going back. I don't know. I got to figure out, is the magnet energized on red or green? That's a question. I don't know. And I don't know that I can tell. By God, it's energized on either one. I think we got it, and I know why. It's because the diodes are working. Oh, wow, I'm so happy. Okay, now I got to put this back together. Oh, well, I got to finish the wiring, but my challenge of the day was, what the Sam Hill did these guys do to make this non-functional, and it's brand new? And it took me all day, literally all day, to figure out. I knew these two diodes were wrong. I knew you can't, oops, sorry. I knew you couldn't have these two diodes wired together and do anything, because one is the anode is here, one anode is here. You're letting everything go through, and you're getting an AC pulse to a DC motor, and it does the herky-jerky, and that's what I was getting until I broke this switch. I broke this switch, and then this circuit allowed it to run. But then I'm holding this switch. How do you hold this? Nothing, no mechanism to hold the switch. And I thought, well, there shouldn't be any mechanism to hold the switch. And then I went to the manual and I read the manual and I understood. Oh, it's not red is the magnet and green is the motor. It's right and left. Red and green, right and left. And the magnet is independent. So I said, and then I got my switch out and I looked at the switch and I saw how it was wired. And I said, oh, you got a common. Then you got this and that. And I go, okay, this is starting to make sense. And then I looked at the components that they have on this board, and I said, if I had those components, how could you make them work? And this is the only way you could make them work, is if you had red and green. And then the diodes are opposite, and then the limit switch stops it, and magically And the magnet is constant, and this is how it works. And by God, it does. I'm like so thrilled. I was calling. Do I have to get a DC controller? What the hell? I don't know. So now I get this together, and this shaft. Where am I again? I'm lost in my camera. Okay, this shaft here actually pokes up into the crane and rotates the crane. Okay, and as it rotates the crane, it pulls this wire out, and that's what raises the magnet. You gotta. This all has to get, you know, adjusted and whatnot, but that's okay. And so then, as you rotate the crane and raise the magnet, then when you get somewhere, when you let go, the magnet's de-energized, the load drops. Okay. So now, let's say red is magnet on. So now you're coming back, and it's dropped. And then when you hit the green button, it magnetizes, and ooh, I'm not even showing you what I'm seeing. It magnetizes and picks up at the same time. And then when you get over here, you drop it. That's the way it works. All right, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. The trick was, this damn thing didn't work, and I didn't know what the Sam Hill. I couldn't figure out how the design was supposed to work. It's really not that bad. I had to do one cut and one jump, and I had to add a wire. Well, adding a wire is like a major thing to a fabricated assembly. This is nuts. Okay, all right. I'm going to go eat. Margaret's so sweet. She gave me the time to do this. I'm going to have to post this on YouTube because it's just it's going to be way too long to go through, you know, all the shenanigans, all the diagrams, all the trying to figure out what the Sam Hill's going on here, and how does this thing work, and oh my God, and I finally have it, and I'm so thrilled. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go eat dinner. Hallelujah.